Victoria Azarenka. Now, I understand that on the way over to our set, you got an offer to do an interview yourself, huh?
Yeah,
right?
Brad Gilbert.
Right.
You know, I was passing by. I guess it took me a long time, you know, to get out of the court.
Right.
And he was talking, and he's like, "Well, do you want to interview Rafa?" And I said, "Of course I want to interview Rafa. I'll stay here and not go to stretch or anything. I'm going to interview him." And they're like, "Okay, let's do it." But you know, it was silly. You know.
What would you ask him if you interviewed him? What would your first question be? I'm just curious.
Do you want to go for dinner?
Oh.
I'm joking.
No tennis. You have to answer all those silly questions anyway, right? Like, what are you listening to before the match? And we all know, now we know you like Motown.
Well, nobody asked him that before, right?
Right.
Nobody asked him that before the match, I'm sure.
But it gives a lot of insight into your personality. Now, is the Motown, that's a little more mellow, right, than the Beastie Boys, I guess.
You know what? You know, I felt like this week, you know, I went to see Motown musical first, and me not being an American, you know, I learned the history of the music there.
Right.
So for me, it was so fascinating, and Mr. Gordy is such a genius, you know, in that musical, and all those artists are just incredible. So I went to iTunes store and I bought everything there is. You know, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Supremes, Temptations.
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah,
she's my favorite.
Yeah, my coach told me about the cameo yesterday. You know, listen, he's like Vika, there's hope for you now. Now we can talk about music. I listened to Prince. It's, you know, my world of music.
This is our generation.
I know.
It's just kind of opened up for you,
it's just
right?
such a good music. I mean, it was just blown away.
Barry Gordy is a father of your boyfriend, Red Foo, who's not here, and he was kind of a fixture here last year. I know you guys met here, right? But he's working.
Yeah,
I guess,
he's you know. He's worked so much that is just incredible.
Yeah.
And you know, being himself, he's like a party person.
Right.
He's such a nerd, and he works all the time. So I came up with a nickname for him. I call him Party Urkel.
Oh.
So
Marty Urkel, that's nice with the glasses and everything. I like it.
So yeah, he's working on the X Factor now, and you know, he's having a lot of fun, and I hope his team wins. You know, he has the girls under 24, and they also sing. And actually, I could have auditioned for that for that group, but I'm here, and I'm doing my job.
Here you are finally, right? She's the 24-year-old. She's the baby. All the other semifinalists are 31, and I know Chrissy wants to get to some tennis and ask you about your match tonight.
Actually, I'd rather stay on this subject, but how'd you feel out there tonight?
I felt pretty good. You know, I felt like 2 days of a break was a little bit difficult because I was ready to play on, I think it was Monday, right?
Right.
And then one more day. So you feel a little bit like out of competition. So then, you know, that good match with a fight kind of got me back on track. And today I felt much better. I think it was pretty tricky to play with the wind. And Danielle is, you know, is a type of player that doesn't give you rhythm. So you kind of have to just find your own feet, and sometimes I was, you know, losing it, but overall I felt it was much more solid performance.
Is your game where you want to be right now at this point?
I think it's better. Where I want to be, you know, if I win the tournament, after I win the tournament, I always think, oh my God, I played incredible. But during the tournament, I was like, oh, this is not working. This wasn't working. But when you look back, everything feels great. So right now, I'm still in that process of keep improving.
I want to ask you about the wind because you're down there, and we're going to see Rafael Nadal coming up and Tommy Robredo. So what were the challenges tonight for you? Just give us a sense of what the conditions are like out there tonight on Ash.
I think, you know, Ash is such a big stadium, and it's so open. So when the wind comes, it kind of swirls, you know, and it feels sometimes it's one way, then it goes the other way, and feels sometimes it's uphill and downhill, and you're like, well, where I am. But the whole atmosphere changes, you know, with the crowd, and when you want to really, you know, have that fight. So for me, it doesn't matter if it's wind, rain, whatever. I want to go out there.
And you're going to go out there next against Panetta, right? What are your thoughts about that matchup? You've only met twice.
Flavia is, first of all, she's an incredible person, you know, and she's such an amazing player, and seeing her doing so well at this, you know, point of her career, I saw her struggle with a lot of injuries, and now she's back, you know. So it's really great to see her, and she's a very tough competitor, and her game, you know, it's all around. You never know really what to expect. So I'm really hoping for a great match, and I'm really excited about it.
I've watched you all year, and I've seen changes in your game, and you seem to make such a commitment to coming in more to the net. You know, you made 13 out of 14 points on your volley. Talk about that. Are you consciously trying to work on that a little bit?
Yeah, I try to do that because I think, you know, I need to trust that more. I've been playing doubles really well, and I do have a good volleys. I just need to use it more. And I think that, you know, experience of really going for it, working on that, and bringing it to the matches, it makes a difference. But it's a process from doing it at practice and bringing it to the matches.
You're doing a good job.
So I think, you know, overall we've been pushing that, and there's a lot more to come.
Yeah. Vika Azarenka back in the semifinals. We know you got the offer to do Brad's job, but he's so good at it that we're going to let Brad do it.
Talk to somebody on ESPN.
Right. We'll work on that for you. We will work on that for you. But you got some work to do. You're busy in the meantime.